Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to talk about the endocrine system. So our objectives and standards are to identify the function of the endocrine glands and the sex glands and recognize the importance of hormones. If you would please take a look at the standards there. Our anticipatory set is, have you ever heard of the endocrine system? Not sure how many have taken health classes or maybe other classes, maybe you discussed this, but didn't know if you ever heard of it before. And then our desired result is, what are the purpose of different glands in the endocrine system? Some vocabulary. The endocrine system is a chemical communication system that uses hormones to send messages through the bloodstream. Hormones, these are chemical substances that carry messages through the blood. And the pituitary gland is the center of control of the endocrine system that secretes a large amount of hormones. So in terms of communication, there are two systems, the central nervous system, which we've already talked about, and today we're going to talk about the endocrine system. Now, hormones are sent by the endocrine system through the blood and other bodily fluids, and they're only sent to specific organs, which will then receive these designated hormones. So it could be sent to your liver, it could be sent to your stomach, it could be sent to different parts of your body. The endocrine glands are called ductless since they release hormones into the blood, but there are duct glands which release their contents through tiny holes onto the surface of the body. And I put a picture there of a man or woman, not sure, some type of person sweating, because sweat glands are one of these examples of duct glands, because we know when we sweat when it's hot, we can see that sweat, we feel it. So those are your sweat glands that have pores that comes through your body onto the surface of the body. Now, behavior can also be impacted by hormones. Muscle and bone growth can be affected by hormones as well. They can also impact how physically fit you are and how much energy you use. Hormones also cause changes and differences in boys and girls, such as testosterone, and they can also prepare your body for action and impact your behavior and mood. Now, the purpose of the pituitary gland, I put a picture there. You can kind of see where it's located in the brain. The pituitary gland is the master gland directed by the hypothalamus. That's another part of the brain we've already discussed. Now, it's located by the midbrain and the hypothalamus, and secretes a large amount of hormones. Monitoring of these hormones and correcting mistakes, if a hormone makes a mistake, is the job of the hypothalamus. And hormones can control many things, from growth to conserving energy to sexual reproduction. The thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is chemical reactions that are important to all tissues in the body. That's the job of the thyroid gland. It's located in the throat, slightly near your Adam's apple, if you have one. It produces the hormone thyroxine. Too little of it, and people can feel sleepy or lazy. And too much of it is called hypothyroidism, and it can cause people to lose sleep and weight and to be overactive as well. Now, the adrenal glands. The purpose of the adrenal glands, they become activated when a person becomes frightened or angry. Epinephrine and norepinephrine, or adrenaline and noradrenaline, are released into the bloodstream. And some of the effects of this are, you'll probably notice when you're scared or upset or angry, your heart sometimes beats faster, or you'll have heavier breathing. So fear and anxiety can also increase these as well. It also allows a person to generate the extra energy they may need in difficult situations. Also released by the adrenaline glands are cortical steroids, which help with muscle development and storing energy for emergency situations. And the adrenal glands are located on top of your kidneys. You'll see there. They're located right here. I'll see if I circle them, identify them for you. The sex glands. Ovaries and testes are the two types of sex glands. The ovaries produce eggs, and the female hormones estrogen and proestrogen, although small amounts can also be found in men. In males, the testes produce sperm and the male hormone testosterone, although, again, small amounts have been found in women. Testosterone determines the sex of a fetus, too, in the prenatal period, and testosterone plays a very important role in males in terms of physical development in adolescence. Female hormones are also important in regulating the reproductive cycles of women, which can include PMS or premenstrual syndrome, and symptoms of this can include fatigue, irritability, and depression as well. So what's the difference between hormones and neurotransmitters? Hormones and neurotransmitters both work to affect the nervous system, but there are differences between the two. A neurotransmitter releases a chemical right next to the cell to excite it or inhibit it, and chemicals released by hormones are typically released in the bloodstream. Let me show you a picture of this, might make a little more sense. So here on this side we have neurotransmitters. Again, these are the two ends of the nerve. We have the axon and the dendrite. Okay, so again, neurotransmitters are released through the axon to the dendrite of the other cell, and these are the chemicals here that are being released. In terms of hormones, secrete these little blue dots here. These would be the hormones that are being released. So a cell will release a hormone into the bloodstream. It goes down the bloodstream and to the other cells or whatever cells it's trying to reach. Okay, so hopefully that makes a little more sense now about the difference between how neurotransmitters and hormones release chemicals. All right, so wrapping up here, or for our closure, glands serve different purposes in the body. The pituitary gland, we talked about the thyroid gland, the adrenal glands, the sex glands, and then also neurotransmitters and hormones both work to send messages, just how they send those messages can be different. All right, so please take your time on the questions after this, and I'll see you and talk to you soon. Take care.